If you normally feel like you can hear your intuition and hear messages from God, or your prayers feel very connected and they haven't been lately, you might need a little more space, which means you're going to have to say no, which means you're going to have to disappoint human beings. But sometimes when we disappoint human beings, we're making our maker super proud because we actually get to hear the real message that's coming through. Welcome to the Earn Your Happy podcast. I'm Lori Harder, founder of The Bliss Project, 3-time fitness world champion, fitness expert, and cover model turned self-love junkie, lifestyle entrepreneur, and author. Each week, I'll bring you a guest or a thought that will help you bust through your fears, connect to your soul, and get focused and clear so you can elevate your life, business, and relationships. We don't wait until we're ready for someone to tell us we're good enough. We take what we want and we anoint ourselves. Get ready to earn, own, and unapologetically rock your happiness every single day. Are you with me? Here we go. Welcome back to the Earn Your Happy podcast. And it's time for another quickie because there's always time to fit in inspiration. And you guys are proving that. I see you driving. I see you going to the gym. I see you at the grocery store. That one's really fun because I like to picture you like grocery shopping and just laughing out loud, looking like a crazy person because that's my favorite. Or at work when you're not supposed to be listening to something else. That's always a fun one too. So before we get started on today's topic, I want to remind you guys to go to eventluv.com if you know in your gut that you are supposed to be a teacher, a speaker, a leader, a facilitator. If you are meant to have an event or retreats or a mastermind or getting your message out into the world, but there's something stopping you, whether it's not knowing what to do, not feeling confident enough, not knowing who to ask. You guys, this is literally boot camp for future leaders, teachers, and speakers. This is going to give you everything that you need to know how to market yourself, how to market your event, how to speak with confidence. Even the most nervous person, you guys, we're going to confront everything in this room, this week-long certification program, where when you are done, you will graduate and you will have all of the skills and the tools and the workbook in order to facilitate an amazing transformational experience, multiple transformational experiences, and understand what you need to look out for, what you need to do, and what you need to have and do in order to create transformational experiences for people and run a successful event. So on today's podcast, go figure, it's about making decisions, because whether it's this decision or another decision, I really want to get clear on what decisions do. And I was just talking about this in my Q&A. That is also coming out this week. And this was the quote that I mentioned on the Q&A, and it deserves another shout out because I love it so much. You guys, I actually have the word decide written in pen on my arm right now. And I really didn't think that all the way through because I'm doing a massive filming day I'm actually doing 2 massive filming days. Hopefully this word will come off of my arm. If not, you'll see me on some videos with pen or the word decide in pen written in huge letters down my arm. And here is the quote by Tony Robbins. It says, "A real decision is measured by the fact that you've taken a new action. If there's no action, you haven't truly decided." And a lot of people say, well, I can't see the full staircase. I don't know what to do. I don't know what my next steps should be. You guys, they won't be revealed until the universe actually knows, whatever you believe is the universe, God, energy, source, whatever. Those things won't be revealed to you until you have put some skin in the game. It's just how it works. And you can try to trick the universe. You can try to trick God. You can try to trick yourself by saying you've decided, but until you've really decided, and as Tony Robbins says, again, burn the boats, you're not truly committed and you won't take the island. So that quote is, you can't take the island until you burn the boats, meaning you're going to take your rowboat back to safety unless you cut off all other ways of getting back home because you'll retreat. Right? So what's an actual decision? It's full speed ahead no matter what. And you need to put skin in the game. And something else that I heard today, Brendan Bouchard said it on a podcast today. He said, people don't pay attention until they pay, right? People don't pay attention until they pay. And this has been so true for me. Whatever that means. If that means paying for a course, if that means paying for the event that I talked about, if that means paying a coach, if that means paying for a domain name, if that means paying for a trademark, if that means whatever that means, right? Are you going to go to college if you don't ever pay your tuition? No, you're like, oh, well, damn, there goes another year. Whoops, didn't pay that one. You pay it so you show up. Whatever that means. I'm talking skin in the game, or if that's proclaiming it to the world. You have to put skin in the game to even get the next steps revealed to you and to motivate yourself to even take action. It's proof that you'll show up, or that idea or that thing is going to go to somebody else. It's just how it works. So, when Brendan Bouchard was talking on that podcast today that I was listening to, it was a Lewis Howes, Brendan Bouchard podcast. And he was talking about how he said, I'll know if you're serious about your life if you've made a decision by looking at your calendar. And I really thought about my calendar and I thought, holy shit, I'm really serious about my life. Because right now my calendar has such a beautiful balance of wouldn't say a balance at all. I would say it is loaded with things I want to do because I've been fierce about making sure that I have room for all of my new projects. So it is loaded with all of my new projects from start to finish. It is loaded with podcasts with amazing people. And I also have a day off and I have a day with my friends. So I was so proud of myself because last year, looking back, I had a calendar full of things I didn't necessarily want to do. They weren't terrible things. They were things aligned with my dreams, but I was more reacting to life than actually taking time to think if it was something that would move the needle forward, or if it was something I thought that I should do, or if it was something I was doing because I didn't want to hurt people's feelings and keep saying no. And now, you guys, I just know that life is way too short and you have to say no in order to make room for the yes, because your yes is actually creating yeses for other people. Let me share why. Because you guys, by me saying yes to these different projects and just leaving room in my calendar, like I kept saying no just to make room. And then all of a sudden, when I made enough room, something amazing came through. And then another amazing thing came through. And then I was like, wow, I got to get even more fierce so that these amazing things can take root and I can add water to them and do all of the activities that it takes for these things to grow. And so now I have this space for these things that I want to do. And now I got to create something. And the reason that that's so important and that's going to create yeses for other people is because now I've created an event where people can actually come to get their next steps. And now I'm creating a company with a culture where I'm going to create a place where people have been dreaming about working and collaborating together. And I cannot wait for that. So you guys, what are you thinking that you're saying yes to by being nice and you're blocking out? Like I couldn't see these things coming through. I didn't know. It felt really bleak. Like I was like, am I really saying no to all these things and like leaving this space open? Is this selfish? Oh my God, I have a day right here, but I'm not saying yes to this other thing I could be doing. Leave the space. If you can't hear your soul, if those words are not coming through, if you normally feel like you can hear your intuition and hear messages from God, or your prayers feel very connected and they haven't been lately, you might need a little more space, which means you're going to have to say no, which means you're going to have to disappoint human beings. But sometimes when we disappoint human beings, we're making our maker super proud because we actually get to hear the real message that's coming through instead of being a yes woman or a yes man and just being at the whim of everybody else. Life was not meant to be easy. Life is not meant to be made up of people pleasing. If you're doing life right, you will disappoint people and you can do it in a loving way. And it means that when you disappoint them, it's now their journey to let that go. It's now their journey to learn from you and look at how you have boundaries and your life is working out. It's now their journey to let go or forgive or figure out what else to do or let it be their own problem to solve. Sometimes we don't get to always give these nice, squeaky clean, awesome lessons where you're the amazing coach and you've changed their life. Sometimes the best lessons we can ever give people are the tough ones, the ones where we say, you know what, honor that contract. The ones where we say, I'm not letting you out of that contract. The ones where we say, I'm sorry, I'm not showing up for you like that anymore. The ones where we say, you know what, I'm not going to be there for you to dump all of this on. You know, whatever that is. If you really want to show up for people, you show up in the good times and you be that coach that changes their life, and you be the person who shows them what they need to do, how they need to know their worth, how they need to charge their worth, and how they need to say no. And that's okay. That's okay. That's all good. That is life, you guys. That is life. So sending you so much love today. I mean, my heart is bursting for you guys. I feel so beautifully close to this community. I'm going to be starting a Facebook page. If it's not already started, you might want to go and check it out. Earn Your Happy on Facebook, because what I want to do is start a conversation around each podcast, because what better people for you guys to connect with than the Earn Your Happy community, where you can start a conversation about the podcast or how it hit you or where you're at, of all like-minded people who are tapping into these podcasts. How rad is that? How did I not start this before? I don't know, but it's here now. So go check it out, you guys. And I will probably be over there and in your ear and everywhere. So I'm grateful for you. You are the people who make this podcast what it is. And if you haven't yet, if you've gotten any value whatsoever from this totally free podcast that's 3 times a week, it would mean the world to me if you would rate and review and share. Share with a friend. Share whatever episode moves you. Share on your stories. Share in text. It's truly what makes it possible for people to continue doing so much free work. You guys, I put in like 10 hours to this in this podcast for 3.5 years for free every single week, if not more. So I would love, love, love if you guys get value to just go and do those things. Subscribe, rate, review, and share whenever you are moved. And I hope that just taught you to ask for what you need, because people don't always know, right? They don't always know that that's something that really makes a big impact on your podcast and that can really help. So you guys, love you. And I am about to go do some crazy projects tomorrow. So hold me in your thoughts. And until next time, earn your happy. Bye-bye. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me on the Earn Your Happy podcast. I am so glad that you stopped by. If you could take 1 second to share this episode with someone you think would love it, that would be absolutely amazing, and we would be forever grateful. Also, please leave us a review if you feel so moved by going to iTunes and leaving us an honest thought, an honest comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to hear more of. It would really help us out on our journey to helping thousands and thousands of people. Until then, don't forget to earn your happy. Thanks again, guys. Bye-bye. Hey, I know if you're listening to this podcast that you have big dreams and big goals. And one of the things that can really stop you is struggling with your marketing. Trust me, I have been there. Are you using 10 different systems just to build your online business? Then I want you to try Kajabi. Kajabi helps you build your web pages, set up funnels, and sell your courses, content, coaching, or communities. You've been hearing me talk a lot about funnels on this podcast and the importance of your email list. You can get a free trial at kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com. I've talked about Kajabi before, but here's something that's super cool and new. They just rolled out an AI assistant for creating your online course curriculum. And this means you just type in a topic that you want to create on a course or webinar, and bam, it just generates a sample outline for you. It takes a ton of the hard work away. Of course, you're going to customize it to be your own, but this really helps you get over the struggle of how in the world to start, which is where most people stop. If you're like me, starting is always the hardest part, and that's what makes Kajabi so popular. They've made it easier for creators to build web pages, build courses, build coaching programs, build membership sites, build checkout pages, and build email funnels. So if you're struggling with any of those, you got to go check it out. Go to Kajabi.com. Kajabi was really the first all-in-one system and is trusted by over 100,000 creators. I think that's good enough for me. Also has influencers and marketers who use this. And now their smart AI platform makes it easy to take what you know and turn it into an online course and business. Go start building with a free trial at Kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com. Hey, do you know what the big secret is this year?
And it shouldn't be a secret because this should be your biggest focus. It is building your community. I am always working on building and nurturing my community, and everyone is talking about the power of community. Without an online community, you just cannot grow organically or create a real movement, which is what I know that we're all after. And you can build trust or monetize your audience. When you get community right, not only does your audience grow faster, but so do your sales. But where's everybody going to be managing their communities these days? And a lot of online entrepreneurs and thought leaders are turning to Circle.so. Circle is an all-in-one community platform. It lets you host content and create discussions, live streams, group chats, and memberships all under your own brand. And what's so cool about Circle.so is that you don't even need a website or Facebook group. Instead, Circle lets you build your own community site where you can host content and manage your members. You can even create locked and unlocked content spaces, groups, and classes. How freaking cool is that? You can put your content behind a paywall too, and you can charge different amounts of money for different spaces on your community site. Circle.so is famously easy to use, and it has a free 14-day trial for you, so you can go check it out, see if you like it, see if you love all the options. Just go to Circle.so. Go check it out right now, you guys. Imagine being able to manage your community, start group chats and live classes, and accept payments all in one place. Kind of mind-blowing since this is usually spread all over the place. You have to log into so many different things. If this is the year to capture, organize, and monetize your community, head over to Circle.so. You can get a free trial and start building your online community right now. Just go to Circle.so. You guys, you get the 14-day free trial. So just go and see if it's for you. It's going to streamline everything and make your life so much easier. It's so freaking cool.
Hey y'all, I'm so excited to share with you, Earn Your Happy is now part of Growth Day Podcast Network. A bunch of us are coming together to bring more growth to the world and support shows and brands that we truly believe in. And one of my friends is also on the network, and I'd love for you to go subscribe to his show. You guys, Trent Shelton has the most incredible podcast. It's called Straight Up with Trent Shelton, and it's going to remind you that you are built for this. I have heard Trent speak in person multiple times. I've listened to his podcast a ton. He's coming on the show, and I literally cannot wait because this man just spits straight fire. It is like truth that goes to your core and makes you take action right away. If you want one of those podcasts that when you're just out on a walk, you can't help but want to start running and run through a wall in your life, this is the show to go listen to. So you guys, make sure that you go subscribe to the show, Straight Up with Trent Shelton. You're going to love it.